Ugh. Which one you want? That one? This one? No, not that one. This one? That one?
That one's good.
This one? That one? Yeah, but it seems like you're far away now.
It does, doesn't it?
Hey, guess what? Oh, Ohio decided he wanted to join us. What the hell you? Oh, he's not even working. He's freaking late.
He's got his mask on.
I just got home from a football game.
I know you were. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, everybody. What's going on? I know we're a little late, but guess what? I don't know where anybody was. Just now I was sitting there shooting a breeze. I tried to get Jay Watt to come in. Nope, Jay Watt don't want it because he said, this chat needs a little more Dish. I go, listen, I try to explain Dish has been busy, and I says, I've been talking with Dish. Well, not. All right, let me be more specific. I've been chatting with Dish on Facebook, and, she was with friends, and I was up north and 3 or 4 times, and, I said, I missed Ohio. I had Ohio on here. This is like the first time Ohio and I have been on a chat together because usually he's going to work, and the nights that I don't do a chat, he ain't working.
Right.
So how come you hadn't answered your thing over there, Gunpowder Beauty? I hope everybody's doing well. What have you been up to there, Mr. Steve? Other than your Facebook issues. We can get to those in a minute if you want to, but we can get into those in a minute.
Facebook.
So Dish came back, Ohio. I don't know if you noticed. Dish is with us tonight. Oh, I don't like that one. Huh?
Dish really never came back for me. I've always had contact with Dish. Me and Dish are like this.
Do you want me to shoot you between the eyes?
See, this is Dish right here.
Listen to me.
And this is me.
Listen to me. Hey, Bombies, know what's up. We'll get you guys in the side chat in a minute. Really, you gotta go down this road with me?
No, I'm gonna be nice to you, Mikey.
Well, you ought to.
For a few minutes, anyway.
Ha! Dish, are you hearing this?
Yep.
Pain in my ball bag. Hey, why is she not answering me? Gunpowder Beauty, why aren't you in here? I think she's on strike. I think she wants to get paid more. I'm handcuffed. Well, halfway. Put that on video. I want to see it. Get online. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you're handcuffed halfway.
I probably know what you're thinking in the wrong direction. I bet she is handcuffed by a cute little redhead.
Well, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. My bad.
She's been handcuffed a lot lately, is what I've heard.
Well, I don't get into that. That's none of my business. Well, I like it to be my business, but
it's not. Right?
You know what I mean?
You keep going there, and I'm trying to reel you back in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me set the hook this time.
Well, I try not to go there, and I get told that I should go there, and now I can't go there. And I like your background.
You like that?
It being the anniversary of the terrorist attacks, and worst day of that I've ever, well, one of the worst days. I mean, I've had a couple in my life, but you know what I'm saying.
How are y'all doing?
Hey, what's up? But it's
Not
one
much.
of those.
I can't believe I'm able to get on here today.
That's good.
The internet.
It's one of those days where Ohio, you ever been to New York? You ever been to New York City?
Have I ever been to New York City? Yes.
Yeah. Did you go down to Manhattan?
I've been to Manhattan. I'm not a fan of New York City. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all.
Dish, Oil, you guys ever make it that way?
I've never.
Never have.
I've been twice in my life. Okay. I was like 13 the first time I went. And I was impressed by the size of the buildings.
Oh, it's amazing.
I was, what's 19 minus 53? Well, 52. Doesn't, not till tomorrow. So 19 minus 52 is what? 33. I was
Dude, you're
33 when I went back.
kidding?
So 20 years later, I went back. And,
Oil is doing the math in the old style.
33.
I said 33.
Okay, yeah.
So I went back. We went. Traffic is horrifying in New York City. It is, but I'll tell you why it's not as bad as Boston in a minute.
Mm.
But we went a couple of years after the bombings, and they, not that the cleanup was just it was all cleaned up, but it
The
was
bombings or the planes?
huh?
Are you talking like the bombings in
I'm
93
sorry,
or-
the planes.
Okay, all right.
And it was nothing but people were still putting flowers at the fence.
Yeah.
Um,
My wife recently just went to the Memorial Museum and all that stuff.
my sister went. She almost cried. She said it was unbelievable. I want to go. I want to go back.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I'm
mind.
sure
I
the
just
gravity really hits you of just how many were lost when you're standing there in front of it, and
Yeah.
Now,
I
went to a memorial in New Jersey. It was like a Reflections Memorial or something. It was I want to say it was made from, there was a big piece of the steel that was there from the building.
Yep.
And it had everyone's name on it. Everyone who was lost in the buildings had their names on it.
Yep.
It was pretty neat. I think it was called Reflections or something like that. It was like the Reflections of 9/11 Memorial or something.
For whatever reason, memorials like that, whether it be, wow, look at all the company we have now, Dish, and I thought you and I were going to be.
All by ourselves.
Hey, beautiful, what's up? So
She's
See,
saying,
I told you she was tough.
I can't. See, you want me to get on this road.
Set that hook again. Really meant
Set the
it.
hook
Really
again.
meant
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a visitor. No, he ain't a visitor. You ready for this one?
Big dog of the leather kind.
Big
Yeah.
dog! Another kind.
Hey.
What's up?
Hello.
Hey,
So-
hey.
Here's the thing, right? All those memorials, the ones like the Lincoln and all them, very nice to look at, very cool. It's all good. Goodbye, Oily. But the other ones, listen, I only get goosebumps a couple of times in my life when I'm looking at them. When I'm looking at the memorial from 9/11. When I'm the moving wall that they do for Vietnam and Korea,
Mm-hmm.
the Holocaust one in Boston. I haven't gone to the one in DC. What do you call it? Cemetery in DC, Arlington. Those give me, no word of a lie, gives me goosebumps. And the only other time I get goosebumps is when the national anthem plays. And other than that, the other ones, look, they're nice and everything like that, but those other ones, the ones you know what I mean? For like, not, what is the word I'm looking for? Anyways, those are the ones that get to me, and justifiably so, I would say, right?
But
Did
they
you
had a-
see?
Go ahead.
Did you see Lee Greenwood, the guy that did "God Bless America," actually did a remix with the Army, the a cappella choir from, I think it was the Army, the Navy, and the National Guard. I want to say it was like 3 branches.
Really?
It was amazing. I'll post the link.
I have
in
not
here.
heard it yet.
I'll
Yeah.
post the link in here.
I
It
think I've
was.
seen that. It is cool.
I have not heard it.
They
That'd be
had
great.
a pretty good tribute tonight at the football game. The high school band played. What's? I want to say, America the Beautiful. I think they played America the Beautiful, and then they played the national anthem. And they had our local police and fire out there, like the color guard. They came out, held the flags and everything, and
Did they hold hands before the anthem or for the black anthem? Never mind. I'm sorry, but
no, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
I'm such an asshole.
And then the band played.
And isn't
They
it?
had the-
Hey,
they had
little
the,
man, what's up?
They had the ladder truck. They had the ladder truck with the big, huge, like American flag, like the size of like half an acre hanging from it.
Yeah,
It was
I love
pretty damn
those.
cool.
Aren't they awesome? It takes like a 25 mile an hour wind for it to blow. Yeah, it takes like a
Yeah.
25 mile an hour wind for it to blow. It's awesome. And it doesn't even blow; it just does this.
Yeah, just kind of.
Yeah. Hey, Gerald B, eat a bag of dicks. So if anybody's wondering why I just said that to my good buddy Gerald B, because what he wrote, for those listening at home and not looking at the chat. By the way, Uncle Kyle, hope things are well. He says, hey, Mikey, the wife and I got an any deer permit, and that's up in Maine, which at 9:05, as I'm driving up Route 95 in Maine today, I'm on my my email, and I click the link. I go to my last name, my letter of my last name, blah 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 blah, and you know what I got? A bunch of DeLucas, 0 DeLucias. So good for you, Gerald. Good for you.
I would tell him my name was DeLuca then.
Yeah, no shit,
You're
right?
pronouncing it wrong.
But yeah, so it's anything to do with that now. Like the morning it happened, so I took 9 stitches, actually in this hand, 5 in one in the middle finger and 4 in the ring finger. And on my way over to the hospital, which is only 1.5 miles, 2 miles down the street, of course it came on the radio. And then when I got there, the second one already went through. And I'm like, what are they doing, a remake? And they're like, no, that's another one, dum-dum.
I was
And then
actually.
the whole next day, Ohio, the whole next day was, because I wound up getting an infection in my hand because the oils on the heat, the pipe, I wound up getting an infection. And so I stayed out of work the next day. And the next day was my birthday.
So your eyes didn't peel off the TV probably for 24 hours straight. You probably just.
Dude, it was amazing. I couldn't, and I would crying. Oh my God. It was like I was 3 years old and somebody took my fucking G.I. Joe away.
Well, I was at home that morning. I had the flu and I was sleeping on the couch. And this was before everybody had cell phones. We had a home phone with an answer machine. And the phone would ring, and it would ring, and it would ring. And then the answer machine would pick up, maybe hang up. And then they would call back and ring and ring and ring. And it just went on and on and on. And I grabbed the cordless. And I'm just like, I pick it up. I'm like, hello, what do you want? And it was my wife. And she was like, turn on the TV. And I was like, what channel? She's like, it doesn't fucking matter. Just turn it on. So I turned the TV on, and there's a building on fire. And I'm like, oh, shit. At this time, she worked downtown. She worked in a federal building downtown. And I was like, oh, shit, is that your building? Because it was like zoomed up. and it was on
Right.
just flames coming out. She's like, no. She's like, no, that's in New York City. And I'm like, oh, then why are you calling me? She's like, a plane hit it. And I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here. A plane hit that big ass building? And she's like, yeah. And as we were talking, the second plane hit. And I'm just like, oh, they just showed it again. You know, I was like, that's weird that they had it on video. And she's like, what? She's like, they didn't have it on video, I don't think. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, wait, that was a different. I said, both buildings are on fire. She's like, what? She's like, hang on. So she has to go into like another office, and she comes back and she's just like, oh man, they're sending us home or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, I'll see you in a little bit. She didn't get home to almost 6 o'clock that night because downtown was just gridlocked where they were evacuating all the buildings and stuff downtown.
Right.
And I was like, holy cow, you know, it was crazy.
It was a shitty day.
It was a shitty day. And you know what? I was like, I had the flu. I felt like shit. And I'm sitting there watching it. And well, then, of course, the Pentagon gets hit. And that's when I knew. I was like, fuck, we're at war, you know? This is war now. And
I said that when the second plane went in, but yeah.
I'm sitting there and I was watching this over and over. And they keep repeating it. And they're talking. They don't know anything, you know? The news people don't know anything what's going on. They're just speculating a lot of stuff. And you're just sitting there getting pissed off. You know, you just got smacked by somebody hard right in the face, you know? And even though I felt like shit, I had to do something to like just get away from the fucking TV and shit and just clear my mind. So I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to run down and grab some gas and going to, you know, mow the lawn. And she's like, okay. I get down to the gas station. There's a line like a half a mile down the road. And gas was like $5 a gallon. I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
That quick. It was that quick. They started gouging the prices and shit. So I came back home and I was like, can't even get gas right now. I was like, what the hell's going on this? You know, it was crazy. But yeah, I think I stayed up all night watching that shit. And all day the next day sitting there watching it, you know?
It was a Tuesday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a Tuesday. Just angry as hell the whole fucking time too, man. Just angry. Never been that mad, I don't think, in my life.
I think that was the last time I pulled I pulled an all-nighter. I did not sleep. And I didn't have to go to work the next day. And I felt guilty and I felt bad because people were calling me up to say
And then I got angry this morning.
Yeah, well, people were calling me up trying to say happy birthday to me, and I wanted nothing to do with it. I'm like, just call me next week. Say it next week. Next month. So whatever. I said, but I don't. I said, it was just disgusting. What about you guys, Big Dog? What were you guys doing?
I was in college and I was working third shift, and I remember my neighbor waking me up after and watching, like you said, watching the second plane hit. And I can just remember being, very hardly awake, trying to drink coffee, wake up. And like, I distinctly remember going, like, this fucking guy wake me up to go watch a movie. Like, I didn't even think it was real, because right. I literally had just woke up, and I just remember that surreal moment where I was sitting there watching it, and the light bulb clicked. Like, holy shit, this is not a movie. This is not fake. This shit is happening right now.
Dish.
I was sleeping when it happened, and I remember coming down the stairs, and my mom told me what happened. And, like you guys said, it was all over the TV. And I also went to get gas that day, and they had already jacked it all up, and there was lines. Oh my God, it was terrible. And I remember saying, why are you doing this with the gas? Well, haven't you heard what happened? And I'm, yeah, but come on, guys. I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Gunpowder, I'll ask the question, but were you in like third grade?
Right.
Go ahead. I asked everybody else. I'm going to ask you, sweetheart. I'm not going to leave you out.
It was 5th grade, damn it. Oh,
Fuck
you muted or
both of
something.
y'all. I'd
love for that to happen. But where were you?
There's a mental image.
She was in 8th grade, I bet.
A freshman in high school. And
I
let me
was
ask you
a
this.
freshman, you jackass.
I heard you say you were a freshman in high school. So let me ask you this. What did they do when you guys were in school?
When the first building hit and it ended up hitting the news, our principal came over the intercom and let everybody know that our country was under attack by terrorists in the Twin Towers. The first tower was hit, and the teacher was kind of freaking out. And surprisingly, we were able to have the news station play in our classroom, and we were watching it, and it was like a fucking nightmare. And it was hard for some of the students because they actually had parents that worked in the towers, and having friends that sat there and didn't get to see their mom or dad anymore and not know if they were okay, just going through that experience with them, it's fucking crazy.
So did you know what the towers were?
And then
What
when the
World
second
Trade Center
plane
was?
hit,
You know,
yeah,
when you watch it, right?
I'll be honest with you, I really didn't. I was pretty
Till it-
ignorant to the fact that I didn't
Well-
know what the World Trade Center really was.
Till this day, I watch all the specials. I watch the home movies from people a great distance away. I watched home movies from a 19-year-old was with his mother, and he's got the, what do you call it? The handheld fucking VCR, whatever the fuck they were back then. Camcorders. And the fucking noise from, they're watching the first one burning, okay? And then when the second one came in, people on the ground were just, and this is what you don't get from the pictures of it from the air, are the people on the ground. The people on the ground are hearing the airplane, and they all started screaming because they know it's hitting. They know the other one's coming. They know it's hitting. They look up, and there it is. And it was just, you know, and then you think about the kids, and it's just a fucking. We can get back to this in a minute, but you know what I didn't do? I forgot. It's Dish's fault. I didn't see who was here and who wasn't, and who I missed, and all that stuff. Jay Watt was first. Don't ask me why. You know, he comes and goes. Jay Watt, what's up, kid? Oh, by the way, I tried to write a comment. The guy that runs the chat, tried to write a comment, and YouTube wouldn't let me. And there wasn't one swear word in it. I'll read it to you. I wrote, "Come backstage. It's just me so far." And then the thing comes out and it says, "YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit." So then I wrote, because I put the link in there, right? And I wrote, "Click it. It's just me here." And they let that one go through. So you know what? YouTube is just being YouTube. But anywho, Jay Watt, good to see you, kid. P2E is here tonight. Obviously, Miss Dish. Dish is in here with us, along with Mr. Ohio Wolverine. And Oily was, but Oily already let me know that she was having problems, and she's got Chelsea and all that, but she was having the internet problems, and obviously she was here, now she's not. So, but she's gonna hang out in the chat room. So
I'm having problems too for some reason. I keep cutting in and out.
yeah, it's unreal. I don't know what the hell's going on lately. Gunpowder Blues in when it's tonight. Bah means no. What's going on, kid? Great to see you. Obviously, Mr. Big Dog and other kinds in here with us.
How y'all doing?
Gerald B, as I mentioned, is here. He's just going to pick on me, so I really don't want to listen to him. Brenda J. Hello, Brenda. Was that pervy enough?
Yeah, that was pretty
Is it
Uncle
getting-
Pervy.
It's pretty. Is it pervy enough? Because wait till Guns Girl gets here.
so sexy. You should put a baby in my belly.
I'm in an ask what's going on. Let me see who else is here.
Mhm.
Did I miss anybody?
What's
son-
up, brother?
My son turned 32 today. Or it was at work and her husband called her and said it was the first tower hit. So I turned it on the radio and about the same. Oh, it's the second tower. It was horrible. It was. Gerald B was out in Arcadia National Park. All right, who did I miss? HRM, what's up, kid? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Boy, Gerald's being mean out there. I tell you
I'm not even paying attention to what I skip right. Anything he writes, I skip right by it. He could write Mikey's the best. It don't matter. I'm going to skip right by it. Wife said, if you want, you can help her get her there. Listen.
I don't know how much help he'd be. He'd probably lose his gun in the woods. Oh, wait, no, that was his backpack. Sorry.
Wow.
Dish, without trying to sound like a
me,
perv. Dish, and you know me, because I'm not going to sound like a perv with you, because
Right.
it's not ice fishing time. If it was ice fishing time, then you know how that goes. But here it is. So I got Big Dog of the leather kind. He's got his flag, which looks nice, by the way, obviously. He's obviously got our flag behind him. Ohio Wolverine has the fire department flag behind him, and the U.S. flag with the blue line for the police officers also behind him.
Right on.
And Miss Dish has a cool flag, 2 cool flags behind her. The "Don't Tread on Me," better known as if I'm gonna say it the wrong way because it's the teeth problem, but Glaston flag. Did I say it right?
No.
Okay.
Gadsden flag.
Gadsden flag. Excuse me. Sorry.
No, there's a D in that word. Gad.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. but because it's close to the heart, Miss Dish has also another flag with her tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
She's wearing it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to broach the subject. I was going to say, "Can you stand up for us?" I'm like, "No, that's way too for her pervy." But you know, I you know what I mean. I didn't want to be a jerk to you because you know how I don't want to.
Stand up so we can salute.
Yeah,
Right.
well, see, shut it down, boys. Gears here.
Shut her down.
So, Mikey, can I go ahead and talk about my morning on Facebook?
Are you going to get me shut off?
I'll try not to.
Not a quick yes, no. There was the long pause there.
So
So this-
for those that are, hang on, let me give the people a little bit of history here. For those that follow Mr. Ohio Wolverine on Facebook, you might have noticed that he had about 62 friggin' posts in all of 3 minutes. Irritating the shit out of my phone, by the way.
Actually, it was 115 total.
Wow.
Okay, and you guys thought I was joking, but anywho, there was a reason for that. So I just want to give you a little prelude to what he's about to tell you. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
So this
Ohio.
morning, I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's 9/11. I do a little searching and I find a few pictures that I want to post for memory. A little tribute to 9/11. I posted one with like the Statue of Liberty and the buildings and the flag. It was kind of a cool picture. And I posted another one that was a couple of the firefighters that are putting the flag up, like, when they're raising the flag after the building had already been
Hit.
down.
Yep. Down.
And then,
I'm sorry, yes.
Then I actually posted a picture of the 2 towers with the big plume of fire that's blowing out of them when they actually got hit. In the second hit. That picture was fact checked by Facebook and hidden. You had to click the little button to see that picture.
Not to
And it was
interrupt. Please
fact
tell me what
checked
fact-
that it was.
What is a fact check?
If you post something that's not true on Facebook, they fact check it and they hide your picture or your story and let you know it's fact checked and it's not true. There's false information in this post.
Okay.
And then you click on
Or
the
they
fact check.
find it offensive.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, these weren't offensive. These were actually fact checked as false information. And everyone.
Oh no, mine that I posted about 9/11, they
Hey,
said
Redneck
was
Renegade. What's up, my brother?
offensive.
Great to see
well,
you.
Mine came up as fact checked as false information. And everyone in this room, everyone out there probably all seen this with their own eyes when it actually happened on television. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or if you were actually in New York at the time.
Right.
We know what the history is of 9/11. So it pissed me off beyond rage that they were saying that a picture of the Twin Towers getting hit was false information. So I spammed the hell out of Facebook this morning with the same picture like 115 times. And they hit every single one of them as false. I had some choice words on a few other posts about Facebook, how they're un-American, communist.
Yep, I saw that one. I liked it. Remember? And actually, I commented.
A lot of words I won't repeat.
I said, whatever you do, don't hold back.
Yeah. You said, yeah, tell us how you really feel or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So, early afternoon, I went back to Facebook to check the post to see if anything had gone, what they have done, or if I was in Facebook jail yet. And they had taken the fact check down on all of them. So they finally realized the error of their mistake, you know?
By means
still
no
doesn't
such,
change my opinion. Still doesn't change my opinion on how I feel about Facebook.
by means no such. Did you try recropping the pic? Does that do anything for you?
Well, that would probably do something as far as like copyright. That's why you see like on YouTube a lot of close-ups when people like replay a clip. They have it like zoomed in or something. A lot of times that's a copyright thing. This one that it actually said false information about immigration or something. It was some bullshit. And
well, I for one, am glad that it's fixed. I know.
So I spent about 25 minutes this afternoon going through and deleting 114 of them. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It was unreal.
I left my original one up, and and I made a little post that said, "I'm sorry that I, filled your, news feed up," but it was
just breaking.
I think it had to be done, man. I was just pissed, and it was just like, you're gonna fact check that and say it's false information. Almost 3,000 people died that day. You're gonna say that shit's false information that I posted?
Right.
That it's not true, that the buildings didn't get hit by 2 fucking airplanes or something,
It happened with a conservative reporter too. She posted some stuff, and it had to be fact checked, and everything came out right. And now people are mad. The Democrats are mad at her, and I don't understand why. Because if it's correct, you can be unhappy with the result that what happened, but you can't be mad at the fact because it's the truth. It's not like she lied. Redneck Renegade, my absolute most favorite friggin' YouTube screen name on all YouTubers, right? Is with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, look at that hat Dishes sporting. I got to get on that.
Yeah, that's what I just did one of these.
I can't see it. I don't have my damn glasses on. What is that?
It's the Redneck Renegade hat.
It's a Redneck Renegade hat that I need to purchase.
Yeah, you need to get those out there where we can get them, Red.
Well, just give me the what do you call it? I work for a screen printer. I'll have to finally made in 10 seconds.
Right?
I mean, I deliver the.
Mikey knows a guy.
I deliver all the ink and shit to these people. I'll have a friggin' screen printer fucking make me
Yeah.
a fucking.
Can't you hear Mikey's accent? He knows a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy, eh?
Right.
His
On
third
the back of a truck
his
somewhere.
third cousin's second wife twice removed, eh?
What was that? The Bass Pro Shop commercial, right? It's just okay. We fish here in this fishing tank.
Yeah.
It's all right. I know a guy.
I'll tell you what. I almost fall out of my chair giggling my ass off every time that Samuel Adams commercial comes on with, "It's your cousin from Boston."
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll, guys. Thanks for having me on here, man. I got some projects I'm working on, but it was good to see everybody.
It was good to see you.
Too, man.
Don't be a stranger, huh?
Don't be a stranger.
All right. Take it easy, everybody.
All right, talk to you
Have a
soon.
good night, brother.
Redneck, I don't give a shit if you charge me fucking $50. I want a hat. How did Dish get a hat before me? Oh, never mind. I know,
Really
I know,
get one
Gunpowder, I
before
know.
her?
Why did that even come out my mouth? I know. I get you. I know.
No.
He had a friends giveaway. 1,000
I know.
friends giveaway. Yeah, I got third
1,000
place on
friends.
that.
Yep, you did. You did. You did. I figured I didn't need to let you know because everybody else was going to tell you anyway. So,
Well, since you're already aggravated and pissed, Mike, I'll let you know now.
what?
I was the first person to get a pair of the Dish Outdoors thong underwear for men.
Really?
You
Yeah,
weren't
but I
supposed to tell anybody about those.
Really?
That's the private
Philly,
line,
what's up,
yeah.
kid? Jay Watts says, I want to see the proof.
Is it
Philly,
proof?
what's going on, Philly? How are
Hey,
you, buddy?
Phil.
The problem is mine just says Dish Oars. Doesn't I can't fill it up enough to where it says Dish Outdoors. It just says doors.
Doors. Oh, that's awesome. Great hat. Great win from a good guy. And,
Yeah, he's awesome.
he's
He don't like
Matty,
to be made over, but he's an awesome guy.
email me your address, Mikey. I won't even fucking email. I'll just fucking. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of our buddy Driver.
Everball.
I was thinking about Driver today.
Yeah, it would have been his birthday tomorrow,
Tomorrow,
just like somebody else's.
just like somebody else's.
I have a chat on on my channel, and the thumbnail is actually Driver.
Oh, that's cool.
So
There you go. There's your email, bud. But every time I give out my address, I'm like, Driver, where do I live? Beside what school?
Yeah, no doubt.
We were on Jamie time one night, and
Sorry.
so I know.
Sorry.
But we were on it one night, and we were talking about. Really? Are you fucking? Hang on. Let's see if I can get this to be a thumbnail. Leave it there for a minute. Don't move it. Okay. We were talking about something, probably dirty, something, probably whatever, worms, something, right? Reptiles, whatever. And out of the blue, out of nowhere, okay, out of nowhere, Driver says, "Hey, Mikey." I go, "What, buddy?" He goes, "Are you right beside the school or 2 houses down?" And I go, I think I messaged Michelle in the thing, and I said, "Welcome back." I think I messaged Michelle in the thing, and I goes, "I think he's losing it." And she goes, "What are you talking about?" I goes, "We're talking about whatever. Let's just pretend we're talking about reptiles, right?" And I goes, "We're talking about reptiles," and he's asking me about a school. What's going on? And he'd say, "Mikey, so I'm counting the houses on Google Maps. Which house is yours?" And I was like, "You gotta be kidding me. Hello there, beautiful little girl. How are you?
Say hi, Mikey.
How are you? How you been? Do you know the last time I saw you, you were like this big?
She was like,
All
4
right,
years
maybe you were this big."
old. And there you're talking to him right there. Yeah.
It's been a long
Speaking
time.
of that, chat, do you remember when I showed up, Dish, with my fishing pole? When I dropped in the chat, I had my fishing pole and my sign that said "Dish's Ice Hole."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
She is a princess. Brenda J said Oily is with a princess. Yeah. She
Yep.
is. I'm
You
trying
got
to
that
get
right,
her in.
Brenda
He's a
J.
fence.
No, driver was Redneck Renegade. Sir, you have yourself a great evening and a great weekend, all right?
Take
Night.
care.
Well, we just wanted to stop in and say hi. The internet's still not being real great, so
Yeah, you're because I can see your body going. It's
yeah,
funny,
she's
kind of.
pushing me in my chair.
Oh. Redneck, I didn't forget about your video either. I know I got to catch up on 2 of your videos. I know you put one out today for the 9/11 remembrance, and so I got to watch that over the weekend too. And I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to Oily and Chelsea. Goodbye, Oily and Chelsea. Thank you for coming to say hi, Chelsea. It was good to see you. She was killing remember a long time ago she come on Ohio, and then she'd be like, "With Ohio, it's Oily." She'd say, "I'm on TV."
Yeah, she could barely talk. She was so little.
Yeah, she was tiny. Yeah, but Renegade, without doubt, he's right up the he's catching up to fucking damn my Woodsman, who got an invite tonight that stubbed me on a new. But he's probably, knowing him, he's working on the new digs. So
Yeah, he probably is.
you know, I told him, don't worry about anything. You can panel my room if you want, for all I give a fuck, Johnny. I don't know about anybody else, but I miss paneling. But
You miss paneling.
I do.
Paneling with a flowered couch. With the wood. Remember the flowered couches with the wood?
With the wood handles. With the wood
arms.
arms. Yeah. Or
everybody's grandma have one.
Good night, Oily. Or the
my grandma had the one with like the log cabin with the water mill on it with the creek.
With the studs. Remember the studs that used to go up the handle? I mean up the thing and down?
Oh yeah. Just the wooden.
Yeah. He's doing all right, Phil. SKS, what's going on, kid? But yeah, so what a 19 fucking years ago.
Yeah, 19 years ago.
Seems like it was fucking 2 weeks ago. A lot of the stuff they made law, a lot of those laws are coming off slowly but surely.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like we need to start treating people.
Dish, you got a message out there.
Like September 12th, you know?
What's that?
I said we need to start treating people like we did on September 12th.
Right. Exactly.
And I also posted a.
Haha. You didn't think I was going to do that?
Sorry, I know you were talking there, Ohio.
That's okay. I know when to shut up.
You better, because she'll behead your ass with that thing.
Right. Well, I was going to say, I also posted, don't forget 9/11 2012, Benghazi, you know?
Yeah.
Americans
People forget
died
that
there.
too.
But what difference does it make?
But here's
at
the
this
thing,
point?
right? Now, those guys, okay. Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I'm going to try to. So 9/11, or 1, obviously nobody knew it was coming. Nobody expected it. Nobody. It's like nobody's fault. You know what I mean? On the other hand, all right, 2012, a little bit of difference.
What difference does it make at this point, Mike?
No, but I'm just saying that she is so responsible for that, and it irritates the shit right out of me. It's just as bad though. Lives lost. It's just.
But it all comes down to this, though, Mike. What difference does it make at this point?
The general, General, what's his frickin' face there? What is the frickin' 5-star guy?
Well, I say Obama, Clinton, and Susan Rice.
No, I don't think it was. I wouldn't. No, I don't think it was Rice. Was the other one?
Well, she's the one that went. She's the one that went on TV and said, "Oh, it was an attack because of a YouTube video." That was a big lie.
Well, Jay Watt says he
funny
blamed
is,
my video.
As soon as they said that, I went and found it. I went and found that YouTube video, and it only had like 147 views. So you're going to tell me a video on YouTube with 147 views caused all that shit in Benghazi? Get out of here.
So P2E just writes, some think the handwriting on the walls ever since the failed attempt in 93. Was it my imagination? I know years later she did it out of Chicago, I believe, Oprah, right? But when Oprah first came, like in the early 90s, wasn't she in New York City? Because I thought in 93, when they failed attempt downstairs, when I did it in the garage, didn't some of those people go right to her studio, or was it somebody else's talk show studio?
I think it was somebody else. I think she's always been out of Chicago.
Had she always been out of Chicago? Okay, so I might be wrong, but I could have sworn they went some, not all, obviously, but there
was
were
it Donahue? Was it Donahue? Donahue was out of the
Donahue show. But so Gunpowder, how old were you in 93?
I don't even want to hear this.
You were how old?
I was
8.
8.
8.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my good Christ Almighty! 8 years.
I graduated high school in 92, so
I'm not even going to tell you when I graduated high school. I'm not even going to tell you when I should have graduated high school. I graduated in 86. I love the 8th grade so much I asked if I could stay. So technically it's in 85. So that's how old I am. All right. It's all right. I'm still young because fucking Philly's here and Philly's older than dirt. You know. But no, it was you're 54 HRM? I love hearing that. I love hearing that. I'm only 42, so. It's that dish laugh, when you say something and Gunpowder, let me explain to you how this used to go, okay? You would say something all right, let me say this because I don't want her to get ill and think about mayo or something like that.
Right? Yeah, no mayo.
So Mikey still sucks. Thanks, Philly. I would say something on another chat, okay? Or it could have been mine when she came on mine, okay? And you get the, and that's not a, it's not a, hey, that was funny, I'm going to laugh. That's a, you're a fucking idiot, you fucking moron. Laugh. And it's just, I don't understand why it just doesn't, you just don't say it. It's kind of like my beautiful wife. My beautiful wife will sit there and go, yeah. And when she does this, yeah. That's just like next move, you're dead.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? And Dish has been doing this to me for eons.
For eons.
Mikey still parties with Snooki and Jay were at the shore. Oh, I'm one mimicked dude. What's a mimicked? I mean, mimicked.
That's a low blow, bah.
Cher was like 50 in 93.
Well, what? Great. Go get in bed.
I'm still here. My turn.
Yeah, that was scary, wasn't it?
Right? Two women that were Liberty women. Jesus Christ. There's two that are always obviously knows that one of them Cher is Princess Diana.
Princess Diana.
I fell in love with her probably 3 or 4 months before she got married. And I'm like, they were like on the cover of Time or whatever, probably the Inquirer, whatever the hell they were on the cover of, right? And I'm like, what is a beautiful blonde woman with the most beautiful eyes in the world doing with a toad?
Well, he was the prince, so.
True. But you know what I mean? You gotta be at least attracted to them, don't you?
I don't think so. I mean,
really? Because listen. I know this is gonna sound cold.
Do you think Anna Nicole Smith was attracted to her husband?
I don't know, but let me say this, Ohio.
I mean, he looked like a dried up prune in a wheelchair.
I don't mean to sound cold and is the word brash? Is that it? I don't mean to sound this way, but I'm gonna. I have to be somewhat attracted to you for me to even take you out on a date, let alone marry your ass. I don't care how much money you got. I really don't. I don't. Even on the days back in the day when I drank and I couldn't rub 2 fucking nickels together to get a piece of to get a sandwich. You know? No. You got to be, no. Mikey, that's the Fisherman Wharf talk for worn out and tired. I got you, HRM. I got you. I heard the PSA put in a bid to buy Remington ammo and bonds. Speaking of ammo, guess what I got a pallet of? Well, I shouldn't say a pallet. Well, it was a pallet, but it was only like 4 high, 6 blocks, so 24 boxes. It's cases, not boxes, little cases.
Right.
Cases. 24 cases. Well, what's their chemical number? Not their chemical number. Their what do you call it? Number for hazmat. 14. They're number 14, and I'm like, wait a minute, 14 is an explosive. I'm like, wait a minute, that's ammo. Came off the airplane at Logan. We went and got it, and it's on its way down to Rhode Island right now. So somewhere in Rhode Island, they're getting ammo. So all you guys, girls that need ammo, go to Rhode Island. And here I thought Mikey remembered Heather Locklear and her husbands. No, I get it, but I'm just saying, you gotta be. I don't know, Jay Watt. There has to be a connection. I thought that you have to be. I don't know. Bob Means No says 24 cases of outdated mayo.
Oh, Jesus.
Isn't 24 cases of outdated mayo a science project?
I think so.
In this house, it depends on the date.
And so Dish, I've known Dish quite a while, as you guys know. And when I first started watching the chats, Dish always wore a hat.
Yeah, I sure did.
Always wore a hat. You can go back because Michelle probably still has them on her channel, so you can go back and you watch them all. And Dish has the hat on. And
I think
now,
I actually had a troll channel called Dish's Hat.
I think, yeah.
I think you do.
Did.
Because she always had a cool one. Sometimes it was camo. Sometimes it was a deer head. Sometimes it was whatever. Sometimes it was the United States flag. Sometimes it was a veterans thing. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one fishing hat she had, I bet that thing smelled.
No, it didn't smell. I don't know why it didn't, but it didn't. Yeah, it had.
No, it didn't smell.
It didn't, but I wore it trout fishing all the time, and it had a big stain right here from where I'd put my hand from the spawn. From the spawn sag, it'd be right there on my hat. Although my cat did like it, so maybe it did smell.
HRM wants to know what does outdated mayo taste like anyway?
Not gonna try it. Wouldn't be prudent.
I don't even know if you can get by the smell. Could you get by the smell first? I don't know. I couldn't. No.
Bah.
Oh. But so interesting crap today. So I'm gonna watch. There's a documentary on 9/11. Imagine that I haven't seen. So what do you call that? And I'll probably watch that tomorrow.
Hey, you got Netflix?
I do.
You should watch Cuties. That ought to piss you off.
Why? What is that?
That's fucking disgusting. Don't do it.
You know, I should know better because every time Ohio would put a link in the fucking inside chat, it was always something gross. So I should always just.
I can guarantee it will piss you off if you see it.
This is a movie out of France. I guess it has subtitles or whatever, or it's dubbed over into English. But it's about a bunch of like 10-year-old girls or 12-year-old girls. They dance, but they're constantly twerking. I guess I don't know if they show nudity or not. I heard they showed nudity.
No, I'm good. I don't need to see it till we.
No, me neither. I mean, I'm like, what the fuck? What are they thinking showing this shit?
I'm good.
You know?
No, I'm good.
And these liberal fucking pedos are probably just eating this shit up.
No. I am. No, I'll stick to the 9/11 documentary.
You know what? I gotta say something. I bought a boar snake for the first time for my pistol.
A boar snake? Yep. To clean it. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've had one for my rifles and stuff, but man.
Good night, Philly. Good seeing you, kid.
That's what I'm doing, by the way. That's why my camera's off, Mikey. I'm actually cleaning some firearms.
Do you like it? I mean, does it work good?
Yeah, I mean, it's like 2 or 3. You know, you throw the little string down the barrel.
Yeah.
Grab it, pull it through.
The first time I saw one of those,
it's like a brand new fucking barrel.
Nice.
The first time I saw one of those, okay, I was watching an air gun, a PCP air gun video. And because with any pellet gun, any BB gun, regular pellet, doesn't have to be PCP, right? You just be any pellet gun. the first thing you got to do is clean it.
Really?
Yeah, because the barrel's covered in fucking grease.
Oh, okay.
So this kid, he's got this. The end of it, he's got a cord. The end of it is a T. All right, like this. Okay. He. The other opposite end has like a little slit in it, and he puts his pad like a regular, like cleaning a fucking muzzleloader, right? You know the muzzleloader pads they sell, the flat cotton swab pads to do a muzzleloader, and he slides it in there, does one of these, pulls it through the barrel, does that 3 or 4 times till the pad doesn't come out with any grease on it, and he's good to go. That's the first time I've ever seen one. I thought everybody else just took the part or just, you know what I'm saying? I never seen board patch. Thank you, Jay Watt.
I wish I could show guns on this damn chat right now because I just put the wrong slide. I put the wrong slide on this gun.
You can show it in pieces, I believe. You just can't show the whole thing.
Yeah, but it looks cool this way.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hold your hand over the barrel and hold your hand over the handle and just show us the slide. Like the end of the barrel. Don't show the end of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? Go like this.
Basically, what I did was I just.
What's his name? What's his name? Showed his thing twice while I was gone. Georgie. I didn't get in trouble. Of course, I was hustling around with them. Everybody seems to think I wasn't playing, but that's another story for another day.
Okay. So basically, what I did was I put a TP9 slide on a TP9 SF frame.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they interchange just fine.
Say, but it interchanges, so it shouldn't be an issue, right?
Right. But that's not the point. I was like, I can't believe I grabbed the wrong one. And now.
Hey, I got a question for you about 9/11 near Ohio.
Okay.
So I'm reading some stuff, right? It's more like an insurance question, I guess. You know how the people that were involved, they either took the money from the airlines or they waited and see what they can do about doing it from the whatever.
Oh, about stealing them and stuff.
Yeah, but here's my question. Okay. Now they're giving, not now because they've been doing it for quite a few years. People that were either EMT responders or just regular citizens themselves. There's a lot of them that now, not now as in 2020, but years after, have lung problems.
Oh, like cancer and stuff, yeah.
Because of all the shit that went in their mouth. Well, they breathed in the concrete dust, the everything. Okay, and they're trying to say it was from 9/11, and people they're not being.
Congress just passed something on that.
John Daly,
not John Daly, but John Stewart remember the John Stewart, the comedian from the Daily Show?
He's a politician now?
No, but he's a big advocate for firefighters and police that have cancer and stuff from 9/11. He fought and went in front of Congress, and they changed some laws to keep these people, their benefits going. Because their benefits ended this year or something.
Because isn't it too easy to see, especially if most of them, let's say most of them from New York, right? Isn't it easy to see that these people have lung issues and they all have one thing in common? They're all at 9/11.
Yeah,
they're all down.
they were
They're all
there,
down.
yeah.
I mean, you know, the police that survived, the firemen that survived, the EMS that survived, the citizen, all those people. You know what I mean? It's just amazing. And the other thing is, for those who don't, those who didn't look into anything like that, and I'm not knocking you, I'm not doing anything like that. Okay. One of the pilots that went into the towers was from my town here in Drake, Mass. For years and years and years, they used to leave flowers and everything outside the gate of his, because he had a farm. His family owns farm in this town for 100 years, and that's really not an exaggeration. Finally, they made a memorial farm out by his other farm, the original Oganowski farm. And the people, they have a ceremony. They had one, I believe they had one today. If not, it's going to be first thing in the morning. And then they have a piece of iron that looks like, that's another story for another day. But so now they you know, people will leave flowers there instead of leaving them at his house. Because his wife had, you know, she moved on, she remarried. I don't know, 8 years ago, I think, 9 years ago. But I don't know, it's just a weird thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know. What did I miss, Jay? What? It says Mikey missed everything. Mikey's gonna miss 2 things. I'll be right back. Ohio, don't get out of line with dish and gunpowder while I'm gone either.
I make no promises.
And making no promises at all.
I make no promises. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, I
he's
don't really
talking
think
about.
you got to worry about me. I think it's the other 2 you got to deal with.
Yeah, all right. It's good to see you guys, that's for sure. Haven't seen gunpowder in a while.
I've been busy working.
Yeah, I know you got a job. What's wrong? No, I'm kidding. Congratulations.
Yeah. Why aren't you living off the taxpayers' dollars like everybody
Right?
else?
What the heck?
You know, I thought about that long and hard, and I remember that my mama and daddy would whoop my ass if I didn't earn a living and go get a fucking job.
Well, you're still young. You got time to change your mind.
Right. That just goes to show you they didn't know what they were doing as parents. They were shitty parents.
Obviously, because here I am trying to buy a house when I could just let the government fucking pay for my house.
Good.
No shit.
Damn parents didn't teach me right, I guess.
I love Section 8 housing. It's great. There's always something to do, and it's always exciting.
You know, I don't think I could live there. I'd be shot within the first 48 hours because I don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you run your mouth and get shot. She would be that you'd look up in the dictionary, fuck around and find out, and then her picture would be there. Well, she did fuck around and she found out.
Right.
Yeah. True story.
True story. Looks like you're getting a lot out of your garden there, gunpowder. That's awesome. Lots of peppers.
Oh my gosh, these peppers. It's like I have to go pick them every freaking day, but my carrots ain't growing, my tomatoes ain't growing, radishes. I got some okra finally growing, but Them fucking tomatoes are pissing me off.
Yeah, I guess so. That's weird.
Well, it's these fucking squirrels and these damn deer. If I could keep the squirrels and the deer away from
Right.
them, it'd be fine. We put up the cages around them, and
Yeah.
these pesky freaking squirrels still manage to get in there. Little fucking
We always
furry
have-
ninjas. That's what they are.
We keep the deer and the squirrels out, but then we get these damn little chipmunks that go in and tear everything up.
Ooh, I didn't think about chipmunks and the groundhog.
Well,
yeah.
I think next year I seen this post on the internet. I don't know what it was on, probably Facebook or Instagram or something. But this guy made like these 2x4 racks that hold like 5-gallon buckets, and he put wheels on, and he wheels them out during the day, and lets everything get the sun and water it needs or whatever. And then at night he wheels them into his garage and shuts his garage door. That way you don't have to worry about the animals getting them at night. I said, man, we should try that. And he was growing tomatoes and green peppers and banana peppers and all kinds of stuff in these 5-gallon buckets.
I'm about to slaughter some chickens, and this weekend
let me do
we're gonna be going ape shit on some squirrels.
Can I come down and help you with the chickens?
Yeah.
Do you guys have the what do you call it? So you're doing it the old-fashioned way.
What do you call it?
Do you put the heads in the cones?
No, I'm sadistic. I want to take an axe and chop off their fucking heads because they're fucking mean.
Oh, okay. I just thought I'd ask.
I seen that meme. It said, "A lot of you have never ran for your life from a rooster," and it shows.
Yeah,
No,
I go out there to feed them, and I go out there to give them water, and the ungrateful bastards try to attack my legs. So the first 4 that have picked me and drawn blood, I'm gonna enjoy cutting their fucking necks off. Yeah, well, good for fucking you, Mr. Bird of Wonder.
Well, because they say that I was watching. I'm trying to think of who the homesteader was I was watching, and he says that they put them in the cone, similar to any other animal you do yourself, because that way with the chicken, I don't think it'd probably be too bad, right? But that way the adrenaline doesn't, like, especially with like hogs and shit. They try to feed them, and then when they're not looking, they.
The ones we like, we're just gonna hang them upside down by their feet because it like puts them in a comatose, relaxed state. So the ones I like, I'm gonna be merciful and let them be relaxed before I kill them. But the ones that have been assholes, I'm gonna freaking cut their head off and let them run around the yard.
There you go. There you go.
We had like a log, and it had 2 like 16-penny nails in it, and you used to stick their head between those 2 nails and hold them by the feet and chop them with a hatchet. That's how we did it when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's how I watched my neighbor do it. He they only had like 4 chickens, and at a time, because they'd get in and but
yeah, we only had about 8 to 12 hens and like 2 roosters at a time. But you know what we did have around the house, and I never could figure this out why we had them. You know what guineas are?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does anybody know why people keep guineas? I mean, they were like good watchdogs. Anytime someone pulled the driveway, the things made a bunch of shit fucking noise.
Yeah.
But I mean, we never ate them, or we never ate their eggs or anything like that. So I don't know what we had them for.
What's the one that begins with an M? Is it an M? Fuck, what's the name of them?
Do you know if anybody eats them or anything, Dish? I
That I don't know. I mean, I would imagine they would. a guinea fowl, you know.
But those are the good sized ones too, correct?
Yeah, they're big.
They're not,
Yeah,
you know, they're
I mean,
good. That's a good sized chicken. Am I right? We're thinking
They're
about
big.
the same one, right?
yeah, they're small. They're smaller than a turkey, but bigger than your normal chickens.
Right. Okay, good. We're talking about the same one. Good. No, I just, you know,
Yeah,
Some
there's
of them had
somebody
these
down
little
the
floppy
street.
things on their top of their head.
Marico,
Yeah.
Marabou, Mara something. I don't know. They're
I like
almost
my
the same size.
American.
They're almost the same size as the guineas. But yeah, no, I've only heard the same thing everybody out here is saying. You know, and like you said, you know, it's like your car alarm going off, and
Yeah, they're
Trail's good that they're good tick hunters. They must go after ticks. Oh, Gear
Ticks,
said
okay.
too. Yep.
yeah,
because the chickens were always cooped up, but the guineas they ran loose all over the damn yard and stuff. So I don't know why my dad had them. Now we had pheasants for a while. We raised pheasants.
really.
And, yeah,
Those are
and then
good.
Do they have
we would-
red
we,
necks?
we would strictly eat those, but then we got to the point where we started getting a lot of pheasants from the eggs and stuff. And then we turned a lot of them loose because we had 16 acres, and a lot of it was field and tree lines and stuff. So
That's all they
we
love.
always had that, and naturally, just in our area, we had a lot of grouse at one time. But by the time I was in high school, I don't remember the grouse population being that high. I think maybe we hunted them all off.
Thank you, P2E. Pheasant. Do they have a red head?
The
Like
red,
Woody the
the ringneck pheasant.
Like a Woody the Woodpecker?
Yeah, the males do.
Because I was coming down the highway in New Hampshire, and side of the road, there's this beautiful bird. And of course, I'm doing 75 miles an hour. And I was like, holy shit, look at this thing.
Dish, you ever hunt grouse?
Nope, I never have.
They're fun.
Damn,
They're good.
They will give you a heart attack when they take off flying.
Oh,
You're
I
walking-
bet so.
Have you ever seen them?
through-
Have you ever seen them hunting deer?
No, but I shot one on a log one time. He was drumming. You know when they drum their chest?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
He,
tell you what.
he was drumming away. I blasted him. I kind of felt bad after I did it because he was just trying to get him some. You know what I mean? That's why they drum their chest to mate. So that's
We're walking up this road. It's only, you take the road in, you turn on the power line, you come back, right? Of course, we're not driving, but we're walking it. And so it's only room for one car, one vehicle, right? And all I'm doing is crossing that trail. So I'm not walking up the road. I'm just crossing it. I'm crossing from over the trail. Oh my God. It was like permission to buzz the tower. Nope. Right in front of my face. I was like, what the fuck was that? Thing goes flying up into the tree. I was like, you got to be shitting me. All over the place. Beautiful bird. I feel bad because years ago, my wife says to my wife, I'm sitting down on the thing watching TV or whatever. My wife says, hey, there's a grouse in the backyard. I said, honey, there ain't a grouse in the backyard. We're too like city-ish. There's no grouse in the backyard, honey. She goes, okay. She starts yelling. She's outside now. She goes, you sure that's not a grouse? And she's pointing at it. I'm like, kill that fucking thing.
well, you know what we used to get? They were so annoying. They used to lay eggs in our driveway all the time. Was those damn killdeer?
What the hell's a killdeer? It's a bird?
It's a small bird, and they fly, but a lot of times they just run on the ground. But if you get close to their nest, they start flopping around like they're injured to like lure you away from their nest. So they look like an injured bird flopping all over the ground, thinking that the predator will come to it. And once you start getting close to it, they jump up and fucking fly away. That's their defense mechanism to protect their nest. But they're fucking annoying. They build their nest in your driveway, and then they'll attack you when you're walking down the driveway to get the mail or something.
Nice.
I think they're protected, but we used to blast the hell out of them with a shotgun because there was like every summer you get like 50 of them laying eggs in your damn driveway.
Well, I want to take when I go hunting up in Maine this year. I want to take my does the grouse come under upland bird? Does that come under that?
I know pheasant does.
Because the reason I asked is because they asked me when I got my license if I wanted an upland bird license, and I said no. Anyways, my brother says I wanted to take my grandfather's Mauser with me to Maine hunting this year.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother says, you should either A, leave the Mauser and take the 16. That way there you can put a slug. It'll hold 3, right? What you say? It'll hold 3, right, Jerry? Yeah, one in the pipe and 2 in the clip. And go slug, shot, slug. or shot slug, you know what I mean? Just in case you see a fucking grouse or 2 or 3.
Went quail hunting one time with some guys. That was kind of fun.
No quail. I haven't bird hunted in fucking.
Now, but a bunch of my buddies,
I want to duck hunt.
I've never duck hunt or hunted for geese.
I want to duck hunt and geese hunt. Canadian. I mean, all you do is go to your favorite golf course. You can fucking find any fucking Canadian goose you want.
Or your local apartment complex around here, Jesus, right? With those retention ponds.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. Why do they build those retention ponds? Because all they do is it's just a fucking shit squeeze. I call them shit squeezes because that's all they do is
they're only there so like 5-year-old boys will go drown and shit, and people will wreck their cars in them and die.
Right.
It's
or
like
you can step in shit barefoot. Right.
Every week the fire department's pulling either a car out or a kid out of these damn ponds out of this apartment complex.
Well, ours not that deep.
Ours is deep enough to it will
deep enough you can drown in. Don't misunderstand me.
Yeah.
You know, but the only problem I have is that they dry up, and it sucks because they're decent enough that if they didn't dry up, you could, throw some fish in there.
Here's the thing. The area where I live was a lot of wetland area. And when they started building it up, and a lot of the land was lost. One of these conservation, things got some law passed that anytime they build like apartments or housing complex, they have to have some type of wetland area for the animals.
Oh, okay.
That way they don't run all the animals out of their habitat. So a lot of the apartments and stuff around here has those like retention, like it's always like when you first pull in, like right at the main entrance, there's always like a pond or something with a fountain,
right,
squirting water up in the air and shit. It's always shit like that with all kinds of damn Canadian geese. And they're here illegally. You know that? They don't have they're not working or anything. Yeah. They're not paying taxes, damn Canadians. They don't get stopped at the border because they fly right over,
Right.
It's funny. I get stopped by in the way station, So it's a little truck. I call it the little truck turn because usually they let the little trucks go through. And they stop the bigger ones that they think, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then to let every big truck go and stop all the little ones. So anyways, now it's just my turn. So I pull in. He points over there. I go. He goes, so he's going through his thing, and he goes, all right, so now you got to get out of the truck and show me the back. Make sure you're not hiding any illegals in there, And I go, seriously? He goes, yeah, why? Is there a problem with that? I goes, yeah, I'm a Trumper. And he just looked at me. He said, what? I said, yeah, I'm a Trumper. You know, vote for Donald Trump. Why would there be illegals in the back of my truck?
What you should do next time, Mike, if they
Listen to
ever
me.
do that to you again.
He shit his pants laughing. He could not stop laughing. He goes, that's just, he was just like, that was excellent. I goes, thank you very much. You know, he goes, but you got to open up the door anyway. I was like, I know.
Next time you go through one of those and they stop you and they ask you to see the back and you say, what for? And they say, check to see if you have any illegals in there. You go, oh, okay. And then just take off running.
Yeah.
We're like, tonight at 6, Massachusetts man gets the hell beat out of him by Border Patrol agents.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. They're good up there, and you know what? I'm not even going that far up, but they always check. Always.
We were. I want to say we were in Oklahoma. Maybe not even that far out. But we came across one of these border checkpoints.
Yep.
And you're like hundreds of fucking miles from the border, and it's a border checkpoint. And I pulled up to it, and the guy's like, such and such with the U.S. Border Patrol, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, shit. I was like, I need to turn around. I said, I don't want to go to Mexico. And he's like, you're not going to Mexico. I was like, yeah, I don't want to go to Mexico. So where do I turn around at? I need to go back. I don't want to leave the States. He's like, you're nowhere near Mexico. And I was like, but this is a border check, right? He's like, technically, yes. And I'm like, oh, but I'm not going to Mexico. He goes, are you a U.S. citizen? I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, all right, go, move along. He's just like, oh, this dumb fuck. He was done dealing with me. Dumbass.
Hello. Come here. What's the matter? It's only 11:59. You want to say hi to Dish while you're here? Because she's here with us tonight. Just talking to this thing right there.
Hi, Dish.
Hello, beautiful
Hello.
girl.
Look that way.
You rock.
She's waiting till the stroke of midnight so she can say happy birthday to her father.
Happy birthday.
I forgot my birthday.
I didn't forget your birthday.
Yes, you did.
I did not forget your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I was the first one.
You were the first one. You were. Now, do me a favor. Go get some sleep. Yes, please.
Wait, I have to take a Snapchat picture for my story.
A Snapchat picture?
Yes, for my story.
Hey, just mess with her, Mikey, and tell her she's got school tomorrow.
Yeah, really.
All right, honey. Love you too.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I was the first one.
Yes, you were.
I didn't forget.
No, you didn't forget.
She's awesome.
How does it feel to have your kids actually love you?
I wish my wife loved me as much as my kids did.
Hey, my oldest
kidding.
boy, man, he's just, I just want to strangle him sometimes. And it's just, bruh. Come on, man. Bruh.
Bruh.
Dude, bruh.
Thanks,
He's
Pete.
like, you're not even standing right. I'm like, fine, fuck it, whatever. I'll call you what was popular when I was your age, dude. It's like you can use dude for anything.
Hey,
Fucking-
go all fucking East Coast Boston on him. Go, hey, kid, what's up, kid? Fucking,
Yeah, but like dude, you can use for so many things. Like like you fucked up. You'd be like, dude,
Dude.
Or like saying hi to somebody, like, dude, what's up? Dude, it's all how you say it. Or like, are you in the closet hiding with a knife? You can be like, dude,
Oh, they went through that phase with me. Natalia went through that phase with me. dude. And I'm like, and my nieces and my nephews too. And I go, hey, that's Uncle Dude.
That's Uncle Dude.
That's Uncle
And
Dude.
I have one niece. I call her. She's shit. She's almost 30. Well, she over 30. No, almost. I don't know. I forgot how old she is. Anyways, she's a little tiny thing like her mother, and red hair. So I've been called. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Ba. Thanks, Jezzo. No knife text. I haven't smoked. I'm doing my my lozenges here, and the gum, and the nicotine gum. Anyways, I call her a little red. Okay. Well, a friend of mine, my cousin, one day said something, and then my youngest brother, who was the biggest wise ass on the face of the planet, one day called me Fredo. Now my three brothers all have me in their phone as Fredo. And when we get together, my mom's there. They're like, "Hey, when she goes, you're dead. You better hope she outlives you, because you're dead. You're going fishing." You know. And so, anyways, my niece with the red hair, I call her Little Red. Now I'll go on Facebook. Hey, Little Red, what's up? Whatever, you know. And she'll be like, "Not much, Uncle Fredo." Well, I don't know, last year, the year before, she puts on my Facebook post to say happy birthday. She writes, "Happy birthday, Uncle Fredo." I says, "Thanks, Little Red." And one of my friends says to me, "You let somebody call you Fredo?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my niece. What am I going to do? Say no?" They all go through that shit, you know? They all,
Yeah.
You know, what the hell?
Dude, I'm telling you, for like the first 4 years of my oldest son's life, he
Hi,
never
Fawn,
called
thank
me
you.
Dad.
Yeah.
He called me Guy. I was Guy.
Guy, what are you doing?
Right. Well, he would scream like at my wife when I pulled in the driveway. He's like, "Mom, Guy's home." You know? And I'd walk in. He's like, "Hi, Guy." And I'm like, "I'm your dad." Whatever, Guy. You know, whatever, Guy. Hey, Guy, can I have some nuggets, Guy? Hey, Guy. Everything was Guy. I was just like, it kind of like puts you in like this. I don't know. It's like a state where you're just like, oh, he doesn't call me Dad. I'm his dad, damn it.
No, yeah, it's weird how they the
The
nicknames.
one damn thing I did worth a damn in this lifetime was create him, and he just calls me Guy.
Yep. Oh, she is just the other one. She's her mother's child. Kid, if I ain't dad, you ain't mine. So make up your own damn nuggets. That's right. Right on, Gear.
What'd he say? What Gear say?
Gear said, "Kid, if I ain't dad, you ain't mine. So make your own damn nuggets."
Make your own damn nuggets.
Psst, talk baseball, Flon's here.
I don't talk sports anymore unless it's high school.
Yeah, it's
Gear.
I guess there was an NFL game last night.
I didn't watch it.
No, I mean I didn't even know it was on.
It doesn't just feel like football. I didn't watch much hockey. I listened to it, but I didn't watch it.
It's gonna be weird. No fans or anything like that, or
Did they let fans into Kansas City? How did that go?
I don't know. I didn't watch it either.
No, nobody watched that garbage.
Wow, that's an old picture, Brianna. Holy shit. That's before the gray hair.
I think the stupidest thing is you can buy cardboard cutouts and put them in the stands. That's pretty stupid.
The funniest one though I seen was
somebody had paid for the Weekend at Bernie's, the dead guy from that movie.
No, sir.
It was hilarious.
Stop.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, Major League Baseball.
The dead guy that they drove around all weekend long.
Yeah.
That's just too funny.
Lon said they were sporadic.
Really?
Somebody said that they sounded like they were pumping the noise in. Yeah, one of the guys at the football game tonight said it sounded like they were pumping the noise into the stadium, like the speakers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something they probably do.
Right, it does.
All right, give me just a few minutes. I'll be back.
All right.
We ain't going nowhere. Like he's the boss. Give me a few minutes. He used to be the boss.
Used to be.
He used to be the boss. Wow, Ronnie Brown did a video. Did you remember Ronnie Brown?
Yep.
I think Gunpowder's too young for him.
Right, Bob.
At least the mascots won't get BS pulled. No shit, right? Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I can't get into the. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And you guys know I apps and Tish knows I apps fucking love the fucking football.
Mm-hmm.
Football and hockey are my two favorite sports, and we didn't do fantasy football this year. I didn't get into my suicide pool this year because I didn't have it. It's not. It's just not. It's just not.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same. I'm gonna watch. I'm just waiting to see Brady and Tampa. Flan, listen. Let me explain it to you. The last guy that left. I'm telling you, Flan. I said to my wife tonight, two things are gonna happen in Florida this year. Tom Brady's gonna have a career-ending injury. His Achilles is gonna go. Something. Okay. And I have a bet with her that Rob Gronkowski will not play 16 games this year. She goes, well, what if he does? I goes, I run out of the house naked. Can I get that on tape? Sure. No problem. Me too, Flan. Me too. I'm not even getting into the whole let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya before the national anthem. They're calling it a black anthem or whatever the fuck they called it. But I thought when somebody says anthem to me, because like a lot of people, a shit ton of people rather, I thought that meant an anthem.
Right.
That everybody stood and listened to an anthem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm at a Bruins game and they're playing the Canadians, I'm standing for the Canadian national anthem because that's respectful. And by the way, I've said this a million times. I'll say it 1,000,001. If we don't have ours, I'd use this. It's just a beautiful song,
Right.
But anyways, and Flan, I'm not saying that because you're here. I always thought that. But I thought it was an anthem, like a whole song and stand up and all that bullshit. It ain't. It was just a bunch of guys fucking locking arms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think what a lot of people got turned off by was the word anthem, because maybe, just maybe, some people actually thought, like Mikey D did, that the anthem was something they were going to sing. But I mean, I will probably do the exact same thing I did for the Bruins. I'll put the radio on. I mean, I don't know. Goodbye, Ohio.
Did he fall out?
Yep. Dish, what's your hat say?
Redneck renegade.
It says Dish's hat. See? Redneck Renegade Flan. Flan, you know Redneck Renegade. He's been in this chat, Stevie's chat. Great YouTuber, great guy. He's just a great guy. But if you don't, right, it's two separate words, Flan. Redneck Renegade is his YouTube channel. Go check him out. He's a real cool guy. Real cool guy. Yep. Yeah, no indoor sports, no basketball. But what are you going to do? It's now somebody told me they were going to let like 20 or 30,000 fans in. Are they going to do that or no? And if so, how do you pick the 20 or 30,000 fans?
Yeah, really.
Do you pick, let's say you do 30,000, you pick 15,000 season ticket holders and 15,000 regular customers? I mean, how do you do that? Should I let Ohio back in, or should I let him sit out there in the truck?
Yeah, let him in.
Gunpowder, should I let him in? Oh, she's probably still handcuffed or getting re-handcuffed, one or the other.
Hey, you better
honey?
let him in, or otherwise there's going to be repercussions.
Yeah, just don't call him daddy.
I can hear you from backstage, right?
I know you can. I know you are, Jezzo. I know you are, buddy.
I don't know what happened. My Wi-Fi must have kicked me or something. I was in the kitchen washing my hands.
Dude, things are weird. This year is just, I told this joke, was it last week? Or did somebody tell it on me? Guy walks into a bar, orders 2 Coronas, 2 Hurricanes. The bartender says, that'd be 2020. But it is though. It's. I'm just reading a news brief tonight. Here in my county, there's 5 cases of West Nile virus.
You guys.
And I'm like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck? What other shoe? You only have 2 shoes to drop, and we've already used shoes, fucking hammers, fucking everything else this year. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I seen a meme today that said
That would be
something about at least we still had Thanksgiving, and there was like this dude standing in the street, and there's like a 40-foot fucking turkey looking down on him like it's going to eat him.
Yeah, canceling fucking trick-or-treaters. Let me tell you something.
Oh, our trick or treat's still on.
I think they canceled ours too. I just, Jesus. Like my daughter's playing. Don't know, she's here with me, Natalia. Soccer's finally starting for her a week from tomorrow. They don't have to wear masks while they play, but they have to wear them while they're on the bench.
On the sideline, yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's fine. Don't let it bother you. She says, yeah, but Dad, you know how you guys all take turns buying oranges and this, that, and that. I says, yeah. She goes, well, the daughter. I says, so what? Grab a bottle of Gatorade and call it a day. And put your fucking name on it. Put it in your soccer bag. Put it, because, I bought her a little, like a bag to keep her, she got her own soccer ball, her cleats, because she wear her, what do you call those sandals with the holes in them?
Those Crocs or whatever.
Thank you. Yep, Crocs. She wears those, and then when she gets there, she puts her cleats on and all that, right? So I got her like a little duffel bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
To put all the shit in. I go, put your fucking Gatorade bottle in that. Don't leave it on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
tonight at the football game was kind of weird. The the kickoff, the kid run the ball back about 30 yards, and they tackled him, and he stood up, and he had the ball in his hand, and he was running off the field, and he tossed it to the ref. Well, the ref threw his hands up and avoided the ball like it was a fucking hand grenade. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell? It's just one of those things I noticed. And then the ref runs over and puts this orange card down on the field. And then the center for the team grabs the ball off the ground and takes it over and spots the ball on top of the orange card. The referees do not touch the ball at all during a football game.
Okay, so the cynic in me is going to come out. So just give me 1 sec, Ohio.
Yeah.
So the center can snap the ball to the quarterback. The quarterback can hand it off to a running back and or throw it to a receiver.
And if they fumble, the other team can pick it up
and do what they need to do. Or if he passes it, obviously they can pick it off.
Yeah.
A bunch of people can touch it, but a grown-ass man can't.
Right.
So, and here's my other thing. A, wear a pair of fucking gloves. Number one. Number two, don't wear a pair of gloves or wear a pair of gloves. And at the end of the game, use your fucking hand sanitizer. Or wash for 35 seconds instead of 20 with fucking boiling hot water and soap. I mean, Jesus Christ. Look, there's no problem being safe. I don't have a problem with being safe. I really don't. But don't overkill it.
It's like the people you see driving in their car by themselves with the windows up. With
Oh, my God. Those people. You know, I was talking to my father about this over the weekend. So let's say it's ice fishing season.
Quick, though, those are the same people that call us conspiracy theorists.
Right.
Let's say it's ice fishing season. What's ESPN want? Fight breaks out after a late goal. Multiple Lightning and Islanders players getting. Oh, good. Let's say it's ice fishing season. And Dish says, you know what? I want to go to the Northeast with Mikey and go ice fishing. Right? So Dish comes out. And we run out of bait, and Dish says, Mikey, jump in my truck and go. Okay? Out of respect for Dish, I would probably wear a mask. Will I look retarded? Yep. Driving a truck by myself, but guess what? It's not my truck. Do you understand? It wouldn't. Now, Dish might say, Mikey, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
But I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay? I'm just saying. If it's your vehicle and you're the only one in it, take your fucking mask off. You're killing. Oh, my God. It just fucking bothers me.
Yeah.
And it's not even like there's no Uber sticker in the back. There's no fucking, what's the other one? Uber and what? Lyft. They're not, that I could see that. They're going to pick up a fare. I get all that. But when they're not, what the fuck?
Another one that gets me, if you notice, you ever watch when they're on the news and they're standing out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like in a city park or something, doing the report with their mask on, and then there's like that 5-second delay that they don't realize that they're still live, and they take the mask off when they go back to the studio.
Right.
Back to you, Jim. And then they take their mask off, and it's like, it's just for show. It's just for show. You know what I mean?
It's amazing. Boss says only sports event I'd be interested in watching in person is some nude female beach volleyball. Still looking for one though.
What?
Nude beach women's volleyball. That would probably
I think we should have pay-per-view. I think we should take death row inmates and make them do gladiator shit on pay-per-view, and if they survive, they get to walk free.
Right.
With all the proceeds going to the victim's family.
I don't know, you guys. I just don't know anymore. It's dumbfounding to me that there are some people in this world, right, that make Mikey D look like a goddamn genius. I mean, I love it, but Jesus Christ, seriously. I mean, come on.
Seriously, how dumb do you have to be do that.
Exactly. You're making my point. You know? Damn. Look, I get it, you know. And listen, I don't even mind the store saying you still have to wear a mask. You know why? I don't own it. I don't own it. The state can't tell you that the state can't tell a store owner that they can't, or a company, you know, like I was telling Dish earlier, I go to a company and they take my temperature every time I walk through the fucking door.
Yeah.
The state can't tell you can't do that. They can't. Now, if the store doesn't, if the store says, you know what, you don't need a mask, then you don't need a mask.
The
Okay.
stupidest thing I think is if you go to a restaurant here, you got to have a mask on when you walk in, and then they walk you like 15 feet
To your seat, and then you can take it off.
and then you can take your mask off. Is that the stupidest fucking thing?
Right on, Skywarp 41. How are you, kid? Good to see you.
Hey,
You're right. We'll never forget 9/11. The media, Jay Watt says the media at the White House also takes their masks off when they think the cameras are off too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's just amazing. I don't know. I just, and I get it because you own it. It's your right to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you owned your own store, it's like you go to these places that they say no, you know, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Well, until this thing goes away, and there's a sign on the door that says you must wear a mask or you can't come in, wear a fucking mask. You know what I mean?
Hey, do you know who Caitlin Bennett is?
I do not.
The Kent State gun girl.
I'm sorry. It's not ringing a bell. Dish, how about you?
Nope.
Oh,
Gunpowder Beauty, how about you?
You should really subscribe to her YouTube channel.
I'm
It's
a
really
little
good.
Disappointed in Mikey and Dish for not knowing who in the hell this bad chick is.
You know what? Listen, Katy Perry. As beautiful as you are with the Katy Perry look going on, I think I'm gonna have to start. Sending the invites to Todd because he won't pick on me the way you do.
No, I'm sorry, I don't know her, but she sounds cool.
I don't either, but go ahead.
Go to Liberty Hangout on YouTube and subscribe.
Hang on. Say it again.
Liberty Hangout
on YouTube. Hang on. Liberty. Where the hell's my
professional shitster? How
Liberty. 2 words, 1 word. 2 words.
2 words, I guess.
2 words. Liberty Hangout. 508,000 subscribers. That one?
Maybe.
Huh? A libertarian media outlet.
Yeah.
Libertarian media outlet. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Yeah. All. Bang. Okay, I'm subscribed. I'll check her out.
She was at the University of Central Florida.
Yep.
In her last video. It's like 53 minutes long, but it's a great watch.
That's all right.
The police were there.
Yep.
The crowd was attacking her and shit, and like the mob, and the police kept saying, "We're going to ask you to leave because you won't put a mask on." And she goes, "Okay, I'll put a mask on. But you guys need to enforce your other policies on this campus of there's not to be any gatherings more than 12 people."
Yep.
And he's like, "Well, we can't enforce that." And she's like, "Well, you're enforcing me. You're enforcing the rule for me to wear a mask. Why can't you enforce?" And he's like, "We're just asking you to leave because you're responsible for all this." And she goes, "In no way am I responsible for their actions by the way that they're acting."
Right.
I mean,
I'll give you that. But she's right, though. I mean, if you're going to enforce, she's right, though, Ohio, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, she's absolutely right.
If you're going to enforce.
That police chief needs to be fucking. He needs to be shamed out of his job. He needs to leave.
If you're going to,
she was pissed. She was.
If you're going to enforce one rule, you can't It's all or nothing.
Well, that's what she was saying. She was pissed at law enforcement. She's like, if law enforcement would be doing their jobs instead of having their hands tied by these Democratic mayors and governors and letting them do their jobs, we wouldn't have 100 days of rioting in fucking, Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, and fucking Kenosha and shit, and Minneapolis and shit like that. If police would do their job, they would shut this shit down day one.
This Constitution gives the power to the states to govern, police, and all that, as we all know.
Well, just like people say,
So,
like
here's my
CNN
thing.
reporter said, where in the Constitution does it say that protests have to be peaceful?
That's
It's
right.
right there in the First Amendment.
Here's my thing.
Peacefully protest.
Here's my thing. Why does the president have to say, you do something or I'm going to? Like, if it's that bad, obviously who's ever governing that state isn't doing his or her job.
Because every single move nowadays, since we went into this whole Trump as our president era, I should say.
Yeah, but I'm not
era.
even gonna put partisan politics and bipartisan politics into it. All I'm saying is that
But
I
everything
don't
is
care if it was
political.
Clinton, the president.
Everything is political.
I know, but the sitting president, if am I right? Am I wrong? The Constitution gives the states a right to govern themselves, correct?
Right, you got state rights, exactly.
So if they're not doing their job, and they're going to cause like what happened out in Seattle with the fucking, we're going to take 6 city blocks and say fuck you. As soon as the mayor of that city and the governor of that state didn't disband that, I don't care if it was Clinton. I don't give a fuck if it was Obama. I don't give a fuck if it was Reagan, Bush, Trump. I don't give a fuck who was the sitting president. It shouldn't have to come down to this. But yeah, the sitting president has the right to say, hey, fuck you, I'm sending in the fucking God. Shouldn't have to. You know what I mean? Why couldn't that fucking mayor grow a set of fucking balls? Why couldn't the governor grow a set of fucking balls?
Because they support what those people stand for.
But at the same token, what they're standing for, they're not letting people in or out.
But they
correct?
stand.
Am I correct on that? If I'm wrong, somebody say
when you as a mayor bring in porta potties and ship in food and other stuff that these people need, that's supporting them. That
Right.
shows them, and that shows the American people that that's who you stand with.
And you
If
weren't
it was
allowed
me-
to go to work,
Listen,
correct?
Listen, if I was the mayor of a city and that shit happened in my city, I would surround that fucking area with cops, elbow to elbow. I'd pull them all off duty, on duty, reserves, part-timers, whatever I had. I'd pull from other cities if possible. Surround that fucking place. Day one, I'm cutting the electric. I'm turning off the water. You ain't got shit in there. Nothing comes in or out. You know what I mean? Everyone inside that zone goes to fucking jail that night.
But
because here's the thing. Technically, if you wanted to be a real dick about this, they deemed that their own country. So guess what you can do when they say that there's their own country?
Go that far with it though. All I want to know is
you can go fucking put the military in there and say, well, we just invaded your country.
Well, here's my problem. Is this? Tell me if it's true or false. There were people in there that didn't want to be in there, and they weren't allowed to go to work or anything like that. Come and go as they please. Correct?
No, they could come and go as they please. They let them come and go as they please. All they
did let them come and go.
There's plenty of video of that. You know the Yankee Marshal?
Okay, so I just want to. Okay, because I was told.
Do you know the Yankee Marshal, the gun channel, the Yankee Marshal?
No, but go ahead.
He lives in that area. He's a liberal. He's a gun channel, but he's very liberal.
That's fine.
He kind of defended these people all the time. And he would go in there in and out, and he would videotape and say, "See, it's not that bad, nothing, you know." And he would only go during the day, and then at night, fucking people were getting killed and shit and beat up, and you know. But then the next day, he would be out there, and he's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." And then somebody fucking assaulted him because he had a pin on his hat for animal rescue that they thought was a cop pin, so they attacked him.
Good night, Flan. And thank you, sweetheart.
So
Okay.
yeah, people.
And I stand corrected. I thought they weren't allowed. I read a thing somewhere, and no, it wasn't on Facebook. That they weren't allowed, and I was thinking to myself, well, if that's the case, then that's a federal charge, and that's like kidnapping.
Yeah, during the day it was like a street festival.
Senator Kamala Harris.
I'll give them that credit. During the day it was like a street festival. They had like, you know, food vendors and people selling shit and music playing and people dancing and people, you know, spray painting the walls with art and all, you know, whatever they called art, chalk paintings on the sidewalks and on the road and shit. You know, it was like a big festival during the day, but at night it turned violent.
See, none of this shit happens out in fucking Michigan, though, Dish.
Right.
Well, it got pretty nasty in Detroit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who is the black lady that's always shaking things up? Connie. No, not Connie. What was her name? Young girl, knows everything. I believe she's
black or Hispanic.
Black. Stevie knows who it is.
Is she Ehan Oan or what?
I forget what the fuck her name is.
Somalian from the Somalian lady
I
from
want
Minnesota?
her. I want her to run for fucking some kind of political office.
Oh, you're talking about conservative black lady.
Yeah.
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. I want her to run for some kind of office.
Her and Ivanka Trump. You go Trump Owens or Owens Trump for 2024.
Thanks, Jay Watt. And thanks, Gia Gryden.
I mean, could you imagine that? A black female running for president with a
Trump's
white
daughter.
with Trump's daughter, white female, for vice president on the ticket. Could you imagine that? The fucking liberals would explode because they would not want to vote for them because they're conservatives. But then what do they do? Because they're fucking women candidates. And you know how the left and the feminists are.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Why would a feminist would have to vote for them, wouldn't they? Because they're a woman president. I mean,
really.
All the feminists voted for Hillary just because she was a woman.
Dish didn't.
Nope.
Well, Dish is very far from a feminist.
I want Dish to run just so we can go to the Oval Office, and can you picture Dish being president and me walking through that fucking door?
I would not bring a box of cigars with me. That's for sure.
I wouldn't either. I quit smoking. Snowzoos, how the hell are you?
Hey, Snowzoos.
And if I did, I would make sure they were the real small ones. That way they didn't hurt.
I did. I quit smoking.
Like the cigarellos or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the cheap fucking White Owls.
Yeah, I might be able to. White Owl's bigger than a cigarello. I don't even think I can
the
handle
small
that.
ones. You can get the White Owls with the fucking white tips on them.
I'm talking the ones
well,
that
you
look
used to be able to. You used to be able to.
I'm talking the ones that look like white, like brown cigarettes.
Yeah, me too. They come in a box this big with the
Yeah.
white tips on them, and they're wicked skinny. But I know which ones you're talking about. You're talking about the fucking. And now they have those that I think if we're talking about the same, they come with like they sell them grape flavor, cherry flavor, fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White grape, White Owl's a pretty good cigar, actually. I like it.
Mike just wants to fall asleep in the White House while on a hangout. Says Ba. No, I don't. You jerk. I I just want to walk in the White House, have Dish sitting behind the fucking desk with the window, the whole picture-esque photo that every president's taken, and have her sit there and have me walking in, come in with a fucking camo this and camo that, and say to her, "Hey, how you doing?"
First thing I'd do is I'd rip out that fucking bowling alley in the basement, put in a shooting range.
There you go.
Right on, Jay. What? Come on, Mikey. Backwards for live. Wouldn't that be so much fun? I've said this before. I wouldn't mind being president but I just want to be president for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Walk down that red carpet.
I mean,
walk
honestly,
down the red
look at Obama.
carpet. Listen, I just want to hear the fucking little public address announcer say, "Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the United States," and then have "Hail to the Chief" play. And I get to the podium, and then that's it. I don't want to be president no more. Let somebody else do it.
Right.
That's it. That's all I want to do.
Well, unfortunately, brother, if you were president, I'm sure that's probably how it would happen, because someone would assassinate you really quick.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have my conservative ways, but as most of you know, I live my life a different way than some people. I do my best to see the other side. Doesn't mean I have to agree with the other side. I just do my best to see the other side, and I take that in everything I do, because even in an argument, right? So if you're in an argument, I don't give a pick a topic, fucking sports, right?
Well, years ago,
and you can argue and still respect that person's opinion. Like if Dish and I are going back and forth, and I say Brady's the best, and she says no, numbnuts is, and I say no, he's not. Blah, blah, blah. I can respect her opinion that states that, she thinks that he's what the fuck is his name again? I got fucking
Rogers.
Right? That
Aaron
Rogers is right. That Rogers is better than Brady. And
Aaron Rodgers not even the top 25.
Will you just hear me out? And I can just say that, Rogers is, this, and she's going to tell me, but guess what? I can respect her opinion. Okay. And I bring that into my everyday life, and I bring it in with my politics too. So yes, while I am typically conservative, I can respect the other side's opinion. I don't need to fucking adhere to it or try to help them, better it or whatever. You know what I mean? But I can see the other. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't like that. Well, that's okay. That's their right not to like it. But that's just how I run my life.
Well, there was a few years ago, there was a game on Facebook where you were the president, and you had to run your cabinet, and you had to do things, every day you had to log in and you had to do something or whatever. And it gave you your numbers, like your approval ratings and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it divided it up to, like, you got the, evangelicals that aren't happy with you, stuff like that. Or you got the liberal left that's not happy with you. You got the moderates that, are happy with you, stuff like that. It would break it all down for you. And, the first thing I did was I abolished payroll tax, and the conservatives
went nuts.
Like, they loved it, right? The Democrats hated that. But then my next thing is I was able to get Congress to legalize marijuana. So then all the Democrats were happy with me, and I had my approval rating was high on that. But then I turned and I taxed marijuana, which pissed them off, but it made the conservatives happy, because now we're getting money in that's not from payroll, it's from the marijuana tax. And then, like, I legalized prostitution, which that pissed everybody off. But it balanced everything out. I had an overall 92% approval rating as a president. And then I got assassinated by a left-wing radical group. I was like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you what. My first order of business, my press secretary would be fucking Jay Watt. He'd be my.
I don't know. I'm pretty fond of that one we got right now with President Trump. I think I might keep her. I'm pretty fond of her. What's her name? Kaylee McCann or something like that. She's very easy on the eyes. I don't care what she's saying. Whatever she says, I believe her. It don't matter.
I have Dish be something, but she'd have to be beside me all the time. And no, not to get my coffee.
Dish would be in charge of fish and game.
I got Bob means no for that. He'd be my fucking butler. Bob, we'll make Bob the butler, Dish. What do you think?
Bob the butler.
Bob the butler. So that's got a little nice little ring to that. Bob the butler. You're welcome, Jay Watt. You're welcome. You have one-liners and you have all this. You have that attitude, that quick, you know what I mean? Remind me of my kid brother. My youngest brother has got that fucking quick wit. You know, that's what you need in a press secretary. You know, you need somebody with a set of fucking cojones. That's just my opinion, but you know. But I need a vice president. Who would be my vice president? I don't know. That'd be a hard one.
Fat Man Tully would make a good vice president.
He would. Maybe I would pick him. If elected, Dish would ban Arkansas. No, just the lake behind that in the backwoods. Jay Watt says, Dish has it too, so remember 6 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Dish, are there any ponds on the White House grounds? Can we go ice fishing on the ponds?
Yeah, we'd have to have them stocked with fish right away.
Yeah, we'll have to do something.
Yep.
And then you can invite a bunch of underprivileged kids to come to the White House and fish.
Yep.
True.
And Dish, you know what else we can do?
What's that?
We could take the fucking limo and the motorcade, bring it right on the ice, fucking do donuts in the fucking limo and shit. Excuse us, we're fishing.
Fishing.
What was the movie with the president? He was like a joke. He was a laugh, and you know that's me. That's just.
Was it Dave?
I forget, but he just had fun. Oh, you can't leave. You have to do this. No, I'm going to go. See you later. Bye. And that'd be me. See you later. I'm out of here. I'm going to get a cup of coffee, and I'm not doing it with fucking 42 people. See you later.
Breaking news: President DeLucia shot and killed at coffee shop.
That's all right too.
No Secret Service were on the scene when it happened.
Yeah, they were all in a strip joint.
President Nixon did that shit.
Dish Bronson to take over.
President Nixon used to sneak out, disguise himself, and go like hang out with friends and shit with no Secret Service.
Hey, you know, I don't know.
He caused quite a panic several times, they said. Like, hey, where's the president? I don't know. It's your turn to watch him. Well, shit, I haven't seen him in 2 hours, you know?
It's like when the Bushes, I can only imagine what it was when Kennedys were here, but when the Bushes were in office, they get a place up there in Kennebunk, up in Maine. After the pink cloud bubble, whatever the hell you want to call it, wore off, people were tired of the street closings and this closed and that closed, and you can't go up here, you can't do this, you can't do that. And people got tired of it. You know?
You know what I liked about George Bush? And Ronald Reagan was the same way. But he'd be out like on his ranch or whatever in Texas, like with a fucking chainsaw cutting down trees and mending.
The old man or the kid?
The kid. George W.
Yeah, the only I mean, he wasn't really my first.
But could you imagine what kind of world we would live in now if Al Gore was president during 9/11?
Are you serious? You know how much trouble we'd be in?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't really care for George Bush Jr. or whatever.
I didn't either.
Because I didn't like George Bush Sr., so I thought you were just getting, a second dose of what he.
Well, I don't. They were kind of different, though. Obviously they were different speaking wise. I thought the old man spoke a lot better than the kid did.
Oh, sure he did.
Headline: President Bronson has signed an executive order banning potted meat of any kind, with mayo. Right on, Jay. See, I'm telling you, Jay Watt's got this shit, man. He just comes up with boom. It's there.
Yeah. You better not, Gear. You love gardening.
Why would you quit? Just a bad year for the garden? I mean, shit happens, bro.
Year for the roses.
My wife's got my wife's growing the, what are they, 9-inch eggplants or whatever the hell they're called, like miniature eggplants. She's got like fucking 12 of them on one plant.
Wow.
And we've already gone through, we picked tomatoes, we stripped it bare, well, obviously the red, when they were done.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that were green came to red, stripped them, and they grew back. They kept growing back. Now they're not. I think they're all done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because, she's still watering, but the plants are going brown, and I think it's all done.
Yeah, it's about the time of the year for them to stop producing.
Yep. And there's no more yellow flowers coming back. When the tomatoes grow, what's it? A 3-leaf, four-prong flower that comes, and when the tomatoes coming. Just burnt out. He says, great year for the garden after the hailstorm. He's just burnt out. I hear you. Don't get jealous of the eggplant, Mikey. I'm not. Oh, Snows, you weren't here when I told the story. Actually, did I tell the story here? Or so I'm outside talking to my wife, and I was having a cigarette or whatever. This is, a month or so. I don't know, a month and a half or whatever the hell it was. Anywho, I'm sitting there and I go, babe. She goes, what? I goes, your fucking eggplant bush looks like you're growing black penises. The 13-year-old that was here back to say happy birthday to me about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Standing in the doorway, don't even see her. And she says, Dad. I'm like, oh. I look at my wife. I'm like, shit, I don't know she was standing right there. I'm like, what, honey? She goes, those aren't black penises. And I looked at my wife and it almost came out, but it didn't. It didn't come out. I'm like, how the fuck does she know? Right? And my wife says, careful, don't even think. I says, honey, can you do Daddy a favor? She's what? I said, go back downstairs. Just go somewhere, but just keep going. Keep going.
What I was going to say earlier, there was a news report here local, Miami University out of Ohio, Oxford, Ohio.
Yep. That's the school for the guys that want to go do racetrack and shit, right?
Usually that's the school for guys that rape girls in the women's restroom or whatever. That's where Ben Roethlisberger went.
Oh, Benny went there.
Yeah. So.
Come on, she was only 15.
The cops show up to this frat house or whatever. There's like 20, 30 people there. And they're like, listen, it's college, it's university policy. You guys you can't have no more than 10 people in And they're like, 8 of us live here. He's like, so 10 minus 8 is 2. You have 2 people that could visit. He's like, yeah, technically. He's like, yeah, technically, yeah. That's what the university's policy is right now. We're enforcing that policy. So all these people leave. So he grabs the kid's ID, gets in his cruiser, runs the kid. Turns out I didn't know about this at all. I've never seen this yet, not once. But when he ran the kid, it popped up that he was tested positive for COVID. And that's how, he was entered into the system. And he goes, it just showed up on my computer, which is weird. He's like, I've never seen it before, but it says you tested positive for COVID. And the kid's like, oh yeah, last week. And he's like, you tested positive for COVID last week. He's like, yeah, everybody in the house did, all 8 of us. But yet you're having a party with a bunch of people over. He's like, yeah, but we're quarantined. We haven't left.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's our future, people.
Yep.
That's the future of this country. We're quarantining. We haven't left, but we just invited 20 people over to hang out with 8 guys that all have COVID.
Now, can I ask a question? Is it a nationwide thing, or is it because if my wife is caught at a party with more than 20 people, she has to quarantine for 2 weeks?
I think it's
take another test because she's a teacher, and she has to take another
for like where I work.
Yeah.
If you're sick, if you have any type of symptoms, even though it's not COVID, maybe you have a sore throat and a runny nose or something, or you wake up with a headache and a fever.
Yeah.
It might not. People fail to realize that you can be sick and not have COVID. Not every fucking thing's COVID. So. Right. If you call off sick, you have to have 72 hours of no symptoms before you can come back to work. So
really,
yeah, if you call off one day, you're automatically off 3 days until you make sure you have no symptoms. But if you leave the state and go to some of the states deemed by Ohio to be a higher area, like Alabama, Florida, New York. When you come back to Ohio, you have to self-quarantine in your home for 14 days before you can come back to work or anything. So I'm just waiting for these kids. I'm waiting for these kids to finally realize if they fake being sick for school for 1 day, they automatically get 14 days off.
Because my wife was invited to this party, right? And she said, I can't go because there's going to be, 60 fucking people there. I go, so what? Just go. And she's like, I can't because if I get caught, then I'm in trouble and yada, yada, yada. And I had no idea. I didn't realize that, I was, well, it's going to suck because the holidays are coming. So in my family alone, I'm not talking about aunts and uncles and cousins. All right, just me, my siblings, and my siblings' children is almost 30-something people. I mean, my parents too, and you know what I mean.
Do. Pick a topic. Make some signs that say Black Lives Matter on it, and everybody get together and hold a fucking sign. Because as long as you're protesting, you're allowed to be together.
Put it this way: my parents have 19 grandchildren, 5 great grandchildren, and 6 kids. So that's 30 plus them 2 is 32. Plus my stepmother is 33.
Like I said, get you some signs. Protest and shit, because you're allowed to protest and be out with a bunch of people if you're protesting. Can't have church or go to a graduation party or a wedding or a funeral, but you can protest.
Yeah, how come they don't burn bras anymore?
Probably because they're You know, most bras you don't buy them at the normal store. You got to go to Victoria's Secret and pay $300 a piece for them. So
No, that is not it. We have our bra burning ceremonies.
Well, can I be fresh for a
Usually
half
they're
a
on
second?
Saturdays.
Can I be fresh for a half a second?
Sure.
You guys don't mind?
No.
Where can I get fake positive COVID test results so I can go out seeing my in-laws for the holidays? Right on, Snow Zoos. Well, if you and Dish would have a bra burning party, that'll light up the fucking city. That'd be like the internal. That'd be like the what is the ever internal flame? Whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
You're not lying. Because the count or the town over saw the smoke signal from the bras that were burning last Saturday. So, you know, if
There you go.
you got bigger boobs, you might want to warn the fire department before lighting your bras on fire, because they do kind of send out a smoke signal.
Right.
it had people lined up for miles thinking it was a fucking hog roast.
Oh, so up where Jerry is, way up there on yonder, his gatherings are up to 50 people.
Wow.
Because they don't have, it's different up there. Now up there, the signs on the stores say, I don't word for word, but it says something like, something to the effect of masks are not required, but suggested or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be different everywhere you go, I think. You know, I mean, obviously, and you can, obviously in your congested areas. You know, I've told you before. I live in a town of what 34,000 people, and the city beside me, I think, has like 90,000 in it, and the city to the other way has 80-something thousand people in it. I mean, I got more people in the 3 towns that are adjacent to, the 2 towns that are adjacent to me, plus the population of my own town, than 4 fucking counties in fucking Maine. MCK, how the hell are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. If you're going to burn your bras, at least have the common courtesy to be topless when people come to check on what's making the smoke. Am I in trouble now? I don't know, probably.
I thought that was protocol. You gotta take the bras off before you burn them.
Right?
No. He knows you're going to take them off, but I don't think that he wants the shirt to go back on. You know what I mean?
It is not a proper.
You can't do that tricky ass move where you reach behind you and unsnap it, and then pull one arm through, and then the other arm through, and then pull the bra out your.
Is it? Am I supposed to call you a guy or dude? Which one do you prefer? Guy, listen.
Dude. Listen. Okay. The proper bra burning ceremony is you are topless and your boobs are free, because it is a spiritual awakening when you free the tatas.
Look, I don't see why you guys can't go topless anyways. I've seen plenty of fucking guys without shirts on that have bigger tits. They got bigger tits than most good women, and it's just wrong. But Ohio,
there's women can't go topless in Ohio. There's no law against it.
They have that one weekend up Hampton Beach in New Hampshire. They can go topless.
Oh, they can go topless here anytime they want.
Oh wow, we get a weekend in Hampton Beach. That's wonderful.
Not the Hamptons in New York, the Hampton Beach in New Hampshire.
I need a whole fucking month in Missouri. Like, y'all need to change.org, petition, whoever the fuck y'all need to get with. Make this happen, guys. Missouri is the show me state, and there is not a month dedicated to the show me. This is needing to be changed.
Okay, so listen, next Friday night on the chat, okay, we're going to call it the Show Me Chat.
I can't do next Friday. I have to work next Friday, but maybe the Friday after.
All right, we'll do that.
All right, it's time to just go ahead and go this private and call it Show Me Chat now.
Okay.
Right, Dish?
Right.
Holy shit! It's 102. I'm gonna have to see. Jay Watt says I'm gonna have to see proof from Gunpowder Beauty, or it didn't happen.
Listen, private chats are like Vegas. What happens there stays there.
Right?
Why do I have a?
I know. Gear's gonna get pissed off at me. All right, scroll back up and get the what do you call it, Jay Watt? Scroll back up and get the link.
Yeah, kind of wish he jumped in this chat now, doesn't he?
Yeah, right. Ha ha. All right, listen, it's 103, and I've never seen a 4-star nudist colony. Pop means no. Jesus Christ. We're gonna get out of here, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. Except for Gunpowder Beauty, because we're gonna do the she's working, and we're gonna do the Show Me Chat in 2 weeks. So there you go. There's hey, look, there's a preview right there.
There's a preview right there.
There's a preview right there. I know, Jay Watt. I know it was a joke. Listen, we all know that you're chicken shit. That's what Ohio was saying off air. Something about what's wrong with Jay Watt? I don't know. I was telling him not to make fun of you, but because I like you. You know how much I like you. And Dish was like, you know, Dish.
Oh my God, get your boots out, guys.
Well, earlier I tried to get Jay Watt in there, and I'm like, and I go, but Dish is here. Wait, it's just me and Dish. Yeah, I bet. And I said to Dish, I goes, Dish, go type something out in that fucking chat, so because he doesn't believe that you're here. You know. But all right, listen, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks a million for coming in, and apparently hopefully we'll see everybody next week, with the exception of, unfortunately, Gunpowder Beauty. She has to work, so we'll see her in a couple of weeks, anyways. All right, but you guys, thanks a million for coming in, and thanks for hanging out and talking with us, and remembering everybody that lost their lives on 9/11. Much appreciated, and thanks for having a good time with us tonight. See ya.